How do I shoot so fast? Well, that's easy. Lots of practice. All right, so I'll do another video for you. Watch this video, you'll understand. I'm going to take my thumb and my index finger, and I'm going to grab that arrow like that, hold it in there. With these two fingers, my middle finger, my ring finger, I'm going to shoot this arrow. Now I got to watch this because this is where it gets a little tricky. These nocks twist while they're vibrating because they're not really glued on, they're pressed on. And I'll show you that here in a second. Go back up to this. I've already got it set up where the off colored fletching is over here already. So I'm going to lose it and shoot it again. Okay, so we'll show you this fletching or knock situation. Okay, so these come off. They got a little post right there and they come off. And so I got to glue this one on because some of them I have to glue on. They're not really pressed all that good. Let me do that better for you because I'm showing you. I've kind of slow it down a little bit. So you'll see it's not straight again. Got to twist it. And like I said, they're pressed on there. So some of them are pressed on there right and others are not. All right, so you don't have to pull back all the way while you're doing inside training. All right, so it's crappy outside. I'm not going to go outside just to do this. The wind will not let me shoot the arrow and actually hit the target at 20 yards, most likely. And the rain is going to be difficult as well, as saturated as it is right now. So it won't be that good of a training event. So I'm not trying to get out there and get sick any more than what I already am. So that actually kind of almost came out because I think the fletching got on the string. And it depends upon your arrow. Some of these arrows, like the Sand Leader Dragon 10s, are excellent arrows for target shooting. I mean, I dare say, 290 is fine. I dare say that they would be better at longer ranges, but I like the higher or bigger, longer fletchings, like a flu that I have. Not the spherical or spiral flus. They have smaller versions of those. I'm going to snatch a couple of those up. I just ran into those. So, excuse me. Yeah, I mean, they're excellent for what they are. And I got 200 grain field points on here. So the heavier spine will handle the bigger and heavier points because I have 300 grains on the other one. And they're 350 spine. So, and they work out just great. Walmart bought arrows is what those are, but these I got off of Amazon. 24 for $80. Not bad. If you look at it, it's like $3 an arrow, 3 and some change. Almost, I think it was $3.33. I can't remember. But I know it's less than $4, but more than $3 per arrow at that price. And they're 0.001 straightness. So that just means at a longer range, you're going to have less difficulty in placing the arrow because of the straightness. It will fly truer, if you will. It won't have a curvature or 006, 003, and 001 are the ones I've seen. So I got the 001s for 80. So, all right. And like I said, they'll like stay on the arrow, or the arrow doesn't, or the knock will not stay on the string. So long as, okay, so if I'm holding on to it and trying to pull back at the same time, it'll definitely pop off real quick. With the Walmart bought arrows, they hug a little better, so they're not going to come off. So when, ooh, ow, when you, they slapped, so I got to check those arrows. 200 grain field point is a little heavier hitting, so when it does smack against something, you want to make sure it, you don't have any breakage or damage to the arrow, because otherwise you have to stop shooting that arrow. But anyway, the Walmart bought arrows are they hug better than the mouth and the valley is what that is, or the mouth and the throat of the knock is what, and there's these little bumps in there to where they, hug, if you will. I call them huggers, knock huggers. And that they grab hold of the string better and they'll stay on. So, example, 300 grade broadhead, if you listen, there, it's on there, so it's not coming off. All right, so I can do this. 300 grains. So it's not wanting to come off. I really have to cause it to come off. It's not coming off. So yeah. All right, so with these, they're coming off. And if it was thicker strand, I don't know if it's the 14 or 16 strand on a 50. I never counted them, but 16 strand is a lot thicker. So, but it's also the serving string around the center, and that could be a little thicker, but it works for what I'm doing. You stay on there good enough. It's just that, I prefer to have something that hugs a little better. If I knew I could change these out without damaging anything or cutting anything up, I would. I prefer the other knocks. But, also, with these kind of knocks, the fast knocks, they hug a lot better. No, they don't either. Ugh. On the 16 strand, on my 60-pound bow, this doesn't happen. But you can hear that. It's on there. It's just not going to stay on there. But on the fast knock, you don't want that anyway. You want it to come off as quickly as you can. I'm not shooting that broadhead in there. These are the ones I go out and I get the coyotes and stuff with. I need faster drawing, and I do that really well with those. Because there's those, the side, they're really wide, so I can really swing them up really fast and lose them really quickly. And that was just regular if I bring it up. I really don't fast draw too, like if you go back and watch a short, if you stop here and go to watch that short I just posted, you'll see what I'm talking about. Shooting fast is a lot of practice, and you have to practice a lot to get that point. So, do it again for you. Real fun. Just do as best you can in practicing. That's all there is to it. So if I go like that, ow, same hole. I didn't check that, did I? But I need to, because I slapped him again. All right, so when I do that, see this one was loose. When I do that, I got to bend them a little bit, and these don't really bend that much. It's not a 500 spine. 500 spine is a lot lighter. You ever seen those zero spine? $1,500 for 12 of those. Jeez. Don't I wish? Or is it 6? I gotta go look at that again. I might post that in the link in the description below, but I'm not using that product, so I doubt that I will. Because that is not budget archery at all. That's out of everybody's budget. I talked to others who were shooting, and they've used those, and they're like, yeah, I can't afford those. They send those to me to try them out with that 100-pound compound bow. And I'm like, man, that's expensive. Oh my goodness. Watching it dash and his stuff. Joe Gibbs, 130 pound. And those are some monster arrows on that, but they're, trying to, at 20 yards, they're still not hitting much. I got missed quite a few times. But that's 130 pounds though. On a compound bow. Alright, so these are good. I'll need to keep doing that. So, anyway. I'll have to go give you some cough medicine, I think, here in a minute. One. Missed. These nocks are okay. So look at how thin they are. Oh yeah, they don't like to cooperate. Sometimes you're really getting lucky if you can do this super fast, and that's just the bottom line. If you mess with these arrows too much, and like I said, they're great arrows for target practice. I mean, even competition. I mean, they'll go out there. Ooh, too close. Yeah. I don't want to put them right next to each other like that. Let me grab up something else. Try that. I got some wooden ones. Let me see these. Double check these real quick before I do anything. These are like 600 spine, and they're good for on up to 50. 500, 600 spine, something like that. Now I've not hit the nocks on these. That's why these three have survived. I've not busted the nocks on these yet by hitting them on anything. Okay. All right. Same idea. Wide nocks. Ooh. Yeah, I hit them. You get rope burn on those on the serving string on there, and it just glides right over that bone right there. Starts to tear the skin off. All right, so check it again. I don't hear anything. I don't feel anything. I don't see anything either, so must be good. All right, try again so I can get it faster. Not bad. Wider apart. That's really what I want. I don't want to group these doing this type of training or exercises because they break. All right, let me look at this one real quick. Because these are the type of arrows that are good for training as well on a wooden arrow type situation. You know, they work great. And they come in a pack of 12, and you can still get those, I do believe. I'll put a link in the description below so that way you guys can look at all these products and see where you want to go. These are budget-friendly products. This is why I have them. I'm on a budget too, just like anybody else would be. So this is the thing we want to build up. So if you want to support the channel, buy me a coffee, Patreon, double check everything. I got stuff that's free to look at on Patreon. I haven't posted there in a few, so I'm going to get some stuff on there and, you know, get some hunting videos on there. I might post some snippets on YouTube, but it will be only two, so that way you know what I did and you go to Patreon and watch the whole video. Because they are more gory, if you will. They'll be hunting videos, so you'll see the kill shot on Patreon. You won't see it on YouTube. YouTube is demonetizing for that, so I don't want to be on that list. So, bottom line is train, practice, figure out what you want to do. Thumb rings all day long. You know, and I like my little thumb ring. Sometimes I forget it's on there. It's so comfortable. I'll jump in a car, drive around, and be like, why can't I shift gears? Huh? Got my thumb ring on. It's kind of crazy that way, but that's the way it is. But anyway, like I said, practice, train, always know what you got going on. Safety, know what's behind your target, know what's around your target. Shooting indoors, make sure there's nobody else around. Because if you hit a knock, all the chaos of wood splitting is going to be before you. And you will know that you were Robin Hood, at least for that day. Stay tuned, subscribe, stay warm.